say was the best ever front three in the Prem?
Ooh, that's a good one, you know.
No, that's difficult because everyone has a different formation too. I'd love to pick
just front three, just front three.
Okay, fair.
Formation, the best front three. All right. Well, since everyone's a little bit having a little thought time, I would say. I would say, for me, thinking of everyone, I do think there's quite a few different ones. But personally, maybe I'm biased, but personally, I don't think I've seen better than Ronaldo, Rooney, and Tevez. I think that's
I was going to say that.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
For me, it's either that three or I'm torn between Salah, Mane, and Firmino, or Sane, Aguero, and Sterling. Because that was a madness, bro.
Yeah, that was
that was mad. But with the Firmino thing, Firmino's not as good as any striker. Damn! Anyone.
No. I hear you, Chris. He's a big facilitator, bro.
They say that, but I think that's a cop out for what he don't do. They say for what he don't do, this is what he does do, rather than this is what he actually does. And if you play number 9, your goal tally has to be a lot higher for you to work.
No, but Cass, you're forgetting. Firmino plays a false number 9, so he drops in, he tucks in, and allows them to run inside. So therefore, he ain't just a top number 9 striker. He pulls back. He's the link up.
But then you have to rate him as a front three player. And who's he better than? Was he better than Rooney? Was he better than Tevez? Was he better than Ronaldo? He's better than none of them.
Yeah, you're rating a 3 together, really, aren't you?
No.
Yeah,
but
you're
rating a 3 together.
Yeah,
a player can only do so much on a pitch, right? A player can only do so much on a pitch, right?
He can.
And whatever he does, he does brilliant. And whatever he does brilliantly.
No, he doesn't. He does it being
whether it's shooting, playing through. He does it all top notch.
Right, he might do. He might do.
That's what you're saying.
He might do, but did he do anything better than Rooney? Or did he do anything better than Ronaldo or Tevez?
No, what she said. No,
or Aguero.
Can I say something?
I'll tell you what he does. I'll tell you what he does. Yeah, what he does is he allows Mane and Salah to score more goals. That's what he does.
All right, but
because he's assists as well as goals as well.
Rooney, Ronaldo, and Tevez all allowed each other to score goals and scored goals.
Yeah, see, for me, Chris, I agree with you. I'm with you on the Man United that three.
Yeah, but I think that everyone needs to look at it differently, because you got to look at them in threes and as a complete package. So people can say, yeah, maybe Firmino doesn't do enough, or he doesn't do this and doesn't do that, but as a complete package of the three of them, look at what their results are, goals and assists between the three of them. And that's the way you got to look at it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, of course you don't. Listen, if I'm playing with Ronaldo and Messi, and I'm me as I am today, our goals and assists are going to be through the roof. You can't put me a part of a great three because I didn't contribute what they did.
Yeah, but he does.
Yeah, but you got to remember that Man United team. They were scoring goals like individually in different parts. It weren't like a devastating like link-up play between the three of them. It weren't like that at Man United.
Yeah, but
they weren't
like that.
You think they didn't have link-up?
Ronaldo was doing his thing one day. Rooney done his thing one day. Tevez done his thing one day. You can't say that they was
come
on. You never know.
What you think they was three individuals?
More or less, yeah.
No. It wasn't.
It's got to work, right?
You're telling me Rooney didn't compensate by tucking in more?
Yeah, he did.
Like what Firmino did.
Yeah, he did, but he scored more and assisted more. How can you not be better?
I like Ad's point. It is about the unit, and like a unit like MSN, they worked. You know what I mean? That three, but they also scored, because if you have all three out and out scorers, as
They'll
well.
step on each other.
Football's evolved.
Yeah.
Like the style and brand of football that Klopp's playing, it needs a number 9 to play like that. And that's the role that he's performing with those two inside forwards.
I don't think that. I think he's had to do that because he lacks in other areas. So he's had to perform this task because he couldn't do the other tasks. That's what I think he's done.
No, but Chris, I don't agree with that because the style of football that they're playing and how they're playing he's suited to that. That's the way they play. So maybe that's him as a player, but those 3 players are all getting the best out of each other.
So you think they're better than Suarez, Sterling, and who was the other one? Was it Sterling?
No, Aguero, Sterling, and Sane.
No, but for Liverpool, they had Suarez, they had Sterling, and was it either Sturridge or Coutinho was there?
Sturridge.
So you think that the 3 now?
That was a bad boy front 3, you know.
Now, I'm not saying that they're better or not. I'm just saying that.
Question, Adam.
Yeah, I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer that, no problem. But what I'm saying is, it's what you're saying about Firmino, I think is unfair on him because you got to look at them as a 3. But me personally, I loved Suarez. I think he's one of the best strikers the Prem's seen. And that season, I've always loved Sterling as well. He was good that season. Sturridge, I'm kind of indifferent about, but I would probably pick.
There were 3. There were 3.
But
their connection weren't as good.
I was about to say, I would pick Suarez, Sterling, and Sturridge over those 3 because I prefer Suarez and Sterling as players, and I preferred the way they play. Like this way, with the 2 inside forwards and Firmino, I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't really like any of those 3 players that much. But Suarez, I thought he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Liverpool, he was up there with Thierry Henry levels, I think, in the Prem.
Yeah, he was. Suarez was a different class, man. But like I said, the chemistry between the front 3 we got now, that takes time. It takes time to get something like that.
Yeah, after they had that little spat, they seemed to get better. Do you remember?
Yeah,
crazy.
Was it Salah and Firmino? No, Salah and Mane had that little spat.
Salah and Mane, yeah.
They fixed that, and they started all gelling, and they were just incredible to watch as a front 3.
Listen, we talk about 5-a-side, yeah? Look at the way they're playing when they're just they're squaring it to each other and putting it in the back of the net. That's like when your front 3 can do that, that's when you know you're onto something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Literally, they're doing
squaring it off.
But for me, in that season, I keep going back to whoever we look at. If I forget Man United, if we look at the Man City team, all 3 was equal in terms of how devastating they was for the team. I think in your team, I think Firmino's not equal. He's not equal to Salah and Mane. I think if you take out Mane, who do you replace Mane with? If you take out Salah, who do you replace Salah with? You can replace Firmino. You can replace Firmino.
Right.
If you brought in Timo Werner, you'd probably be as good as you are now with Timo Werner playing.
This is what all Liverpool fans are asking, yeah, across the border now. If we do that, yeah, is the link-up play still going to be as good? So that means that pressure does rely on our midfielders to actually supply it. Because you've got to remember, when Firmino drops in, he allows, whether it's GG or Hendo, to bomb forward, more or less. And that's how them guys run on. And that's why it's so compact in someone's area. Now, when you're talking about Werner, when he comes in, he's a inside box player. So he ain't going to have that link-up play anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? So everything changes. The whole dynamics change.
What I'm saying is, when Werner comes in, this is what's going to happen, yeah? What he lacks in link-up play, he will now turn into his goals. Now, this is what I'm saying with Firmino. What Firmino lacks with being a striker is what he fills in with link-up play. It's because they're lacking something is why they're doing that job. It's not because it's the system. Because if Werner comes in, the system will change.
I think that's the type of player he is.
Yeah, he might be. Because he wasn't.
Well, you got Firmino was never a number 9 properly though, was he?
No, he was attacking midfielder.
He was attacking midfielder anyway.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying to you, as a number 9, that's what you're getting rated on, as a number 9. And if Werner came in, Klopp will play the same system, but it will operate differently because Werner's in there and not Firmino, which shows it's not the system, it's the player.
Yeah, but you adapt your system and play your system to suit the players that you've got.
Yeah.
I think the players adapt within the system rather than the system adapts to the players. That's what I think.
Yeah, but you know what? I reckon if they were to do that, that means one of the midfielders are going to have to compensate and sit.
And that's only if you're lucky enough to have the players to do that.
Fabinho doesn't sit.
No, I'm saying you got Fabinho, but I reckon not both other like Hendo and Gigi. They both can't come forward like how they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Werner comes in, we'll have to change their whole team dynamic. You need more from the midfield now.
Yeah.
A lot more.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he does bring that and he lets off your midfield because I don't think your midfield is good at all. And the front three compensate for that and it works more as sufficient than actually a class midfield. It works sufficiently rather than we have a good midfield. So
the reason why our midfield survive is because you've got Trent and Robinson that pushes up, that puts the pressure on. So when them two move up, it's like a big compact midfield. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm not being funny. When you've got Robinson and Trent that clipping balls over the top, it's hard for anyone. You're missing out a whole, like you're missing out the whole
we
team.
got from front three to midfield, but
let's cast our vote and say which front three we'd rather have.
Go on.
I'll kick it off. I'll pick the Man City one.
The Man City over everyone, yeah? So which three?
I'll take Sterling, Sane and Aguero.
That's a good
Nice.
What about you, Charlie?
I don't want to sound biased. So if I was impartial, it's got to be Perez, Henry, Bergkamp. That's hard.
Yeah, but that's not really a three though, was
it? That's why I said about the formation. That's all I've got as my 3.
Bloomberg was chipping in as well, like Perez.
Yeah, Vieira, Henry, Bergkamp, the best 3 players.
No, I mean I didn't put Vieira. Bergkamp on, Henry and Perez is our only, and Ljungberg was our only other.
I think we can have another discussion at a different time about our favourite 4s or 2s, but I don't think you can pull players from that team and make these comparisons.
Exactly. That's why it's hard. Yeah. But okay, in this day, that I'll pick the Liverpool 3 actually.
I like Liverpool 3.
Yeah.
Over every other 3 you've seen.
Well, what about Drogba, Robben, and Duff?
They was a bad boy front.
They were sick.
They were serious. They were serious.
They were serious, you know.
Robben was devastating. He was devastating.
Yeah.
And Duff was on bits, a little Irish geezer.
They were serious. Those 2 years.
To be honest, I mean, it's hard to compare generations easily, but I do feel like Rooney, Ronaldo and Tevez was probably a bit more serious.
Yeah, they were on stuff.
That's heavy artillery right there.
I definitely preferred watching them, so...
Yeah. Even when Tevez left, then it was Berbatov, Rooney and Cristiano, bro.
Cold.
That was a madness, bruv.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
You know what? I've made a big mistake.
This happens often.
Oh, man.
How did I leave out
You better go clean up, mate.
You can. Easy.
Who's your front 3?
The United one. You can't leave out Ronaldo. 42 goals.
You can't leave out Cristiano because...
Yeah, but that's... No, but that it's still going back into the argument, isn't it? It's the whole combination thing, isn't it? That's what it is. Not individual. If you go off individuals, if you go off individuals, of course, there's United and Man City all day long. You got to remember, Liverpool's front 3 made names for themselves as that front 3. That's it.
Yeah, but that United front 3, didn't they go to 3 Champions League finals in 4 years or something?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Bro, you can't. For me,
wait, hang on. When Liverpool's gone and won the Champions League and got to the final as well, with the same front three.
Yeah, but that's 2 in 3, not 3 in 4.
This guy.
Right. Well, yeah, but
that you had.
But this is the thing, though.
They still got time.
Yeah, no, but
They've still got time. Yes, Jack. Yes.
We're still in there. We're still in there. We're still in there, though.
Trying to say impartial.
Yeah, if you look at it, the
Oh, no, but you was going out of the Champions League, though. Come on, let's be real. You was going out.
They were out.
He was dead, yeah. He was out. Atletico, bro.
Atletico went to Anfield and silenced the
But yeah, they smacked you up.
But we all know why that happened. Come on, it's not like...
Chill.
We know why that happened.
Let me ask you a question, yeah?
Go on.
Who in your front three that you're saying was better than Ronaldo? No one, right? Who in your front three was better than Rooney?
I'd say...
Oh, don't. Just say no one. Come on. Just say no one.
You can't. No, you can't.
I'm just saying.
It's two different times.
Who's better? We saw him. Do you know what I mean?
It's 2 different times, though. Listen, I like Rooney. I think Rooney's sick, and I like Tevez as well. Yeah, Liverpool fan. Yeah, hand on heart, I will turn around and say, yeah, all 3 of them players are sick. Yeah, but
if I ask you the same question. If I ask you the same question, who in that front three was better than Henry? No one. If I said to you, who in that front three was better than Perez, you're going to have an answer. And they was a different time.
Yeah, but Ronaldo. Yeah, but Ronaldo's still playing at the top of his game now. Them other players, they're gone. What
I'm saying is, I would have taken Mane over.
What are you talking about that?
I would have taken Mane over Perez. Yeah, and they're in a different time. You can pick it out if you want. You can choose not to. Like if I asked you other questions, like who was better, Shearer or Henry, you give your opinion.
What about what was your forwards in the Fowler days? Liverpool's.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you had what? Robbie Fowler. Nah, man. Listen, we had a. No, to be honest, when Michael Owen come through, he was a saviour. Yeah, we had people like Gary McAllister and shit. Yeah. We can't knock the Dirk Kuyt days. Dirk Kuyt days. I'm telling you.
Like toasty.
That guy was funny. That Dirk Kuyt.
Dirk Kuyt. Hey, listen, Warrior, Goonies. Wait, what's that? Hey, you guys. Does he look like it? That kid, did he?
Oh, no, that's the other. Yeah.
No, but Liverpool's had good strikers. It's just that they just didn't believe in the club and moved on, innit? So that's what happens.